Yeah, I mean, career high at Toledo with 27. I mean, just how would you evaluate your performance tonight offensively, both shooting and just shooting efficiency going 10, 13 from the field?
I just know I have to start shooting more shots and being more aggressive because my teammates are looking for me to do that. And today, I feel like my teammates did a great job of finding me on cuts and did a great job.
Yeah. A couple of points this game seemed probably a bit closer than expected, but I mean, just what does it say about the rate of this team being able to win kind of ugly games, lots of turnovers on both sides, and yeah, I mean, just this kind of ugly win?
It just shows like how much grit we have, no matter who we play. We just got to compete each and every day and come to practice ready to compete no matter who we play.
Last thing for me, I mean, just what did Coach Bobby say at halftime about defensive communication, and just what will you guys need to continue to work on in order to improve on your turnover numbers and just defensive efficiency without fouling?
Like you said, we just got to stop fouling, being more a disciplined team, and being more disciplined comes to being disciplined in practice. We know we can move our feet on defense and just be able to communicate and talk more.
A couple stats stand out here: 52 points in the paint to their 36, and 21 off second chances compared to their 9. What does that say about the effort that, even though you guys are a pretty heavy favorite going into this and you win by double digits, that you guys are still putting up those hustle stats?
Like I said, it just shows how much grit we have, no matter what the score. We know when we miss, one of our teammates miss, we have to go and crash for the old boards because we need second chance opportunities.
Season high 18 bench points tonight for you guys. I mean, just it's been the starters that have done most of the work for this team this year, but what does it say in a game like tonight about the depth of this team and the potential you guys have to make an impact in the future?
Yeah, I think you kind of just covered it there with the depth. Like, we can bring so much each and every day. Every single person on our roster brings something differently and multiple things. So I think it just shows, like, if one thing isn't working, another thing will. And if one person's not doing it, another person will. So it's nice to have a really deep bench like that and just shows all we can bring.
Yeah, what can you just say about the growth in your game from the Youngstown State in this game, but having 6 points in each contest? Just what can you say about your performance last 2 games, getting more minutes and getting in the paint more?
I think it's just my teammates believing in me. Like, they push me every day in practice and are like, come on, like, you know how to score, you know how to do these things. So I think it's just definitely them never giving up on me and just pushing me each and every day, because without them, I wouldn't be able to get that confidence.
Something that stood out to me, I mean, you guys out-rebounded Oregon State 44-30. Since your first 2 games, you out-rebounded every opponent. I mean, just what are your thoughts on the way you guys have been able to rebound on both the offensive and defensive glass?
It's a huge thing for Coach Ginny and the rest of our staff. We know we bring a lot of versatility, not only size but just athleticness. Like, there's no reason why we should be getting out-rebounded. So I think we put heavy emphasis in that at practice every day, going hard, crashing the boards, because even our guards, it doesn't matter. Everybody can get those boards, so we just make sure we do that.
This is for lack of a better term, weird month, right? You get 1-9 Morgan State, then you get 2-4 Northern Iowa, then you go on 6-1 Ohio State on the road, and then you're back for Wayne State and then on the road in Long Beach before starting MAC play. How do you guys, how important is it to string together wins whenever you can?
I think it's the most important to just treat every game the same. I don't think it matters who we play. We have to work hard the 2 days, 3 days leading up to the game and just bring the same thing each and every day, because it doesn't matter who we play. Like, we have to come out there and give it our all, be prepared, and do those things.
You've now got 2 straight wins going into another game at home against Northern Iowa. What is it like to not only be in this building, but to win in this building?
I think it's a big shout out to our community and the Toledo fan base and everything that you have. Like, it makes a huge difference going from a road game back here. It just, the way it makes you feel, the energy, the vibes, the everything, like, we're just going to keep stacking them, and they're a huge reason why we do that.
Proud of our team and our resiliency against a scrappy squad from Morgan State, but very balanced effort across the board. Challenged Kendall Carruthers to take more shots for us this week. Last year she averaged somewhere just under 9 shots per game. She's just over 10 shots per game right now. Need her to be more aggressive, and so she got 13 off, but an extremely efficient night for her tonight. And I was pleased with our defensive effort. We had one really bad core that we've got to clean up, our middle third ball screen, but that's something that we'll continue to work on and grow. We got 3 new post players down there, and yeah, I think it's just going to take some time, but really, really proud of our effort. And I mean, holy smokes, wintry, gusty night out there, and we had a tremendous crowd, so thank you to everyone who came out.
Same question I asked to Kendall, but I mean, probably in some parts of the game it was probably closer than you guys had expected, but I mean, just, again, what does it say about the grit of this team to, you know, win in kind of sloppy, lots of turnovers on both sides, lots of fouling kind of game?
Yeah, it was an aggressive downhill game. I knew that was coming. I thought it was officiated well. I thought they maintained control of the game, did a really good job. But no, I think it just says that we're growing up. And people stepped up in big moments. I was really proud of Patricia. She didn't have a great offensive night after a banger of a night on the road last week, but she kept with it. She was leading us. She was talking. Her defensive effort never wavered. It was a really good effort, top to bottom, and our leader stepped up and led when we needed them to.
Never thought I'd take something from your halftime encore interview, but I mean, just what can you say about your defensive communication, just what you're hoping to work on in the next couple of games and defending better without fouling and just creating less turnover?
Yeah, the urgency, right? You know, and I think that's part of growing up and understanding the value of every single possession. And we do have a deep rotation. You know, we're playing 9-10 players, and so, you know, if Pat and Miriam guard it 3 times, and then they just stop talking because they've guarded it 3 times and they're like, we're good, and then we sub, you know, we have to talk every possession. So I mean, those are little details that really can add up and mount up, but I mean, it's, you know, we're how many games in? 6 games in, so it's something that we need to shore up for sure, but you know, these things take time.
And lastly for me, I mean, your previous season high bench points was 15 against Youngstown State. You had 18 to 90. I mean, just when you have players like Evan, Ella, Alexa, Lizzie making contributions to you, I mean, just what does that show about the potential of your depth pieces?
Yeah, and that's been a statement piece of the teams that I've been fortunate to coach is our depth and trusting those guys that come off the bench and make plays. And I think, you know, we even left a few on the board. You know, those baseline out of bounds, I thought Lex had 2 that got away from her a little bit, and Lizzie had that sweep and go we called for with that ISO that just didn't go down. But no, I think we have a lot of players that can play. I think Kendall Braden's only going to continue to get better. I think Cadence is going to find her rhythm again coming off the bench. You know, Alicia is very talented and very capable. There's just so many options over there. You know, again, challenged them this week. We didn't have a lot of bench production before Youngstown. It's something we need to ramp up. We need to add to our depth.
To have back-to-back season highs in that stat area, what does that look like in practice? Because you just said it was a focus, but what does that look like in terms of drills or in terms of film review or things like that?
Yeah, well, we've seen a lot of defensive coverages. We've seen a bunch of different zones. You know, I think people are concerned about, especially our, you know, the 3-headed snake of Faith and Kendall Carruthers and Pat out there on the perimeter. So people have been zoning us, and we haven't been shooting the 3 that well. But we've been just trying to double down on the details. Our passing's improving, and I know it seems like a little thing, especially when we had so many turnovers. A lot of our turnovers were in transition. So in our half court, the efficiency there from our 5s, being able to make the timing on the read, on those dump downs at the rim, we just keep drilling it. Our scout squad guys were back this week after being away for Thanksgiving. They add tremendous value to us, and you know, we just need to keep pounding the stone.
21 turnovers to any other team means a loss, but then you put together the bench production that you guys had and the second chance and the points in the paint there. What does it mean that you can have like a stat that would lose most people the game, but you guys fight back and pull up big numbers in other places? Yeah,
to score 80 with you know, that many turnovers is a little bit wild, but you know, we just need to keep grinding. Just need to stay with it, and they are aggressive mistakes, which is what we want, is what we preach. And those rim runs and some of those ones that we're flying around, we're going to execute those plays, and it's going to really come together. But we got to know when the other team's on a 6-0 run, 8-0 run. We can't throw it. Like, that's not the time to try it. Right? So just part of growing up and maturing, but again, we're doing things that we're practicing, and I'm really pleased with where we're at and where we're going.
And if you can be as honest as possible with me here, at what point did you circle this night as an opportunity to wear the pink pants?
As soon as I heard it was Wicked. As soon as I heard it was Wicked. And I was like, should I do it? And then I was like, yeah. And then I was like, yeah, let's do it.